Steve-O!
Yes, sir. How are you, buddy?
Good, mate, good.
We're
What
on.
is cracking? We're on, I know.
Was that, we won't know
Was
until
that-
we look at the replay. Does that work?
Kind of.
Maybe.
Kind of.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Anyway, mate, big week.
I know, big week in
Went
hockey,
from about
mate.
30 degrees to 15 degrees in about an hour. Typical
Did it?
Melbourne. Yeah.
I know.
It's bloody hot. Now it's bloody, 15, 16
There was
degrees.
thundering, lightning. I thought it was gonna get real bad. It looked like at one stage here, and normally when it's like that, the power goes out.
Well,
Here
out
in
in your
the-
area, yeah.
Here in the country.
That's right. You live in the country. You get the country rates, man, for your rego and everything.
I know.
Anyway, what do we got? What are we talking about tonight?
I don't know, man. We're talking hockey, aren't we? We're talking. Let's talk roller hockey.
Let's talk roller hockey.
Yeah.
That's the name of the show.
Yeah.
How do you
I
think
know.
talking roller hockey's been going?
I know. I was just going to ask you, what is the name of the show? Yeah. Let's talk roller hockey.
Talk roller hockey.
Yeah. You know what's happening?
I think
People are talking. Yeah, I know. People are
it's
talking.
happening.
I know,
We've
which
got
is
people
good.
back chatting, which is
It's
good.
creating a bit of momentum. They're not going to
Good chat.
completely forget about their sport. They're not going to forget about, achievements and stuff like that, and, the friendships and stuff like that. But, because I'm getting, I get a little bit of feedback, and every now and again, I get a couple of messages like I always tell you, and I tell everyone here on the show that, it's good though. It's just like, oh, it was funny. I remember this and I remember that.
Yeah.
Which it takes us to some of the competitions. We'll touch on it as well. But it's
I know it's good, mate. I'm with you. I got a few phone calls as well, and the good thing is people are giving some ideas as well. Like, can we focus on a little bit of coaching, or can we focus a little bit on the new generation, or can we focus a little bit on that? I said, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I said, we've been very open saying, guys, we just want to connect with each of the club leaders in our first sort of, let's call it our first sort of attempt at this, just so we can get an understanding of what's going on.
Yeah.
And that's what we've done. So we've been up north, we've been over west, we've been in Victoria, and today,
where are we going?
We're heading a little bit north again.
Yeah, we've been back to New South Wales. We're going to New South Wales
Going back north.
I know we haven't been to New South Wales for a long time though. Like, on the show, and physically we haven't, we haven't been there for a little while.
Yeah, I haven't been there for ages. So
who are we going to be talking to?
Daniel Heaney.
Yes.
Big Dan.
And who is he?
Daniel is the president of the North Sports Roller Hockey Club. I think he's been. Oh, we'll find out, but a long time.
And I will ask him a question. Of course, I know who he is. I'm asking for the people at home. I'm asking for a friend. A
guy that I know.
Yes.
Asked me to ask you.
I know. Where are we going? So yeah, okay. No, that's been good. I mean, last week, who did we speak to? We spoke to Ghetto, and Cos made a surprise appearance. Yeah. That was good.
So that was good. Yeah, Ghetto was great. And Ghetto had a couple of funny stories. When we caught up a little bit during the week, and he actually told me a couple of more details. And I think we'll get him back on the show to tell a few more stories, because he's that was back in the day when they had the National League. This is something that I think they also had to hard in Australia, but I think with the cost of flights and the stuff. Anyway, I think there's an opportunity for us to do more stuff in Australia like that. But just the stuff that they did across different teams and clubs, it was funny, really, really funny.
Yeah, it was good. Also,
Steve Capewell was at the end of one of those pranks, so to speak. So Steve's coming on.
When?
2 weeks. 2 weeks. So we got him on in 2 weeks. Yeah. So get him on, and we've spoken to Hannah as well. Hannah's coming on, so we'll hear a bit from Hannah as well. Hear her story about living in Portugal and stuff.
Yeah, no, because that's a good. Yeah, that'll be a good little show. To a couple of segments there to ask her, just to a bit of inspiration for the up and coming girls.
She already told me
and boys
about a very funny story as well about someone else that was in Portugal at the time, and let's just say a little bit of a embarrassing incident that happened. But anyway, she'll tell that story when we get on. Yes, quite funny. Yeah. Quite funny.
That's good. That's good. Also, Steve, you wanted to do a shout out. Am
Oh,
I correct?
yeah.
Am I correct
Now,
in saying that? Or you said remind me. I want to do a bit of a shout out.
now I'm going to
This, yeah,
mispronounce this, but there's a Facebook. There's a Facebook page, Juju. So it's ZJOUE, right? And he's a not now. Sorry, I got Filippo calling me, right? Che cazzo, che fatto, man? Just to be honest. Hang on a sec. Hey, ciao, people. I'll get back to you, buddy. I'm just in a meeting at the moment. Can I? Okay, ciao.
come on, man. Seriously, that's a big fine there. That's a fine. That is a
Paying
fine
for my
having your
phone.
mobile phone. Yes.
Well, he's a hockey guy. So anyway, so
Alright.
Juju, we call him Juju,
Yes.
right?
Is that how you pronounce his name?
I don't know how you pronounce it. Actually, I think
Okay.
it's just a tag. I think it's a tag. He's putting up lots of photos of players in Australia and New Zealand, wishing them happy birthday.
Okay.
You know, and it's just great pics. He's a photographer.
And where's he from?
Yeah, he's from New Zealand. He's one of the
Okay.
he's one of the
Yep.
dads. I know
Yep.
the face and stuff. I just don't have the details behind the tag. So, mate, thank you. You know, that's good. That's good content. That's good stuff. You know, even I'm like, oh wow, you know. But he's taken the time to go. This person, that's their birthday, and he remembers it to put it up. So, mate,
Oh, beautiful.
big shout
Good.
out. It's people
Good.
like
Well
that.
done.
Just keep the wheels turning.
Keep it
That's what
going,
I
yeah.
mean.
13th of June. Okay. 13th of June is my birthday, so I want to see something.
Yeah.
He's probably watching, doesn't have a photo of me. He's probably just trying to screenshot the screen.
It's guys that are playing. It's people that are playing, you know.
I know the background, so you're gonna have to do a very good editing to put me on the floor.
Yeah, cool.
What else?
So-
what else? Sorry, yeah.
So we've
what
got
else is
Daniel on, and then after I have a chat with Daniel, we'll bring Terrence on. Good old Terry.
happening?
And we'll hear a bit about what's he been up to, what's he looking forward to for 2022, etc.
Hey, Terry's a really, really, really busy person, mate.
I know. He
So we'll find out all about it from him.
Find out a bit more about him. Mhm.
Yeah,
So that'll
but
be
you know
good.
he's always busy. That's good.
So who about those guys? Now, before we get there, what's been happening? What's been happening around the world? So, I think I posted something about the
COVID?
European Men's Championships. I know we're all going to forget about that in 6 months.
Yeah, I know. And you're getting your booster shot. You guys say
Yeah,
COVID
I know.
who?
But the European Men's Championship starts. I've got like early November. I don't have the details in front of me, but that'll be a good comp.
Yeah,
So it'd be good to see
sometime
those
in
countries
November.
play.
Sometime in November. Yeah. Where is it going to be played?
It's in Portugal.
Okay.
So we're going to make
Yeah.
a bet now. Who are you going to bet on, Spain or Portugal? It's always those two in the final.
Yeah, but if it's in Portugal, more than likely they'll win. Oh no, not necessarily. But I mean, no. I reckon the Portuguese might get across.
Yeah, they're good. They're good.
I mean, the ladies lost in home soil.
The
So I don't
Spanish
think.
ladies won, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The ladies
Luckily,
lost
yeah.
in home soil. Yeah, so I doubt it. The men will let that happen.
Mm,
You know what I mean?
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So my money would probably say Portugal. And you know, we've been there. The crowds.
I know, it's insane. It's just insane. It's just crazy. It's crazy. Yeah. So anyway, that's in a couple of weeks. That'll be good. They'll have that.
Yeah.
Stream. That's where World Skate's doing a good job. They're starting to stream a lot of games now.
I know.
All the games now. So you get to see a lot more instead of back in our day, you know. I think they're following the old, let's call it what we've done in Australia. I think we took off by streaming games, and then everyone's going, look at these guys. Look what they're doing.
I know.
Anyway,
I know.
that's good. That's good.
Don't we have a photo? We've got a photo of you and I. There's a photo of you and I single-handedly just recording games. Do you remember? Yeah.
I know. We walked past someone. I know. Actually, I got a message from someone about that saying, are you recording the Australian games? And I was like, hey, do you think I can do that while I'm coaching? I said, no. It was just a joke, you know?
It was just a joke,
yeah.
Competition. Do we do a bit of an update?
Oh, this is good. This is getting some legs. This is getting some legs.
Yes.
Keep them coming in. Keep them coming in.
So what do you win?
You win a hockey stick, dude.
Yeah. And who gets to play for those people at home? Anyone everyone
Australia,
and
New
anyone from
Zealand.
New Zealand, Australia, New Zealand.
Yep.
They're going to win a hockey stick. It's going to be
Hockey stick.
delivered, personally delivered, but Rob Vasey. Yes.
Our good mate Rob Vasey is going to donate the stick and get it to where it needs to go. Whether or not he's going to fly it out himself.
No, he said he's going to like it personally delivered.
He's got his speedway car. He's got his speedway car. Maybe.
I know. That's just going sideways everywhere. Yeah. So what you need to do is just submit to Roller Hockey Australia Facebook page, but obviously a private message.
Yep.
A funny hockey story. I know I've been saying if you can back it up with a photo or something, so put a bit of context, but it doesn't have to have one, but just put a funny hockey story. There's plenty out there. As you and I well know, there's a couple coming through and a couple of my crackers.
Some funny stuff already.
Yeah.
Now,
someone keeps saying, wait a second, I heard in the world of of Facebook, people are saying that apparently Kelly Belcher's got this soup story. And I don't know whether it's this, I don't know, is that based on the Seinfeld episode? No soup for you?
Story.
I know, there's a soup story going around. Apparently it's a cracker and he would win hands down.
That's a big call.
I know.
That's a big call. There's some funny stories out there. You know, there's a couple of good ones that have come in already.
Yeah, I know.
Raquel at some point.
But I don't know it. I don't know the soup story. Do you know the soup story?
Never heard of it. No.
Never heard of it. Probably we never will. But someone's got to submit it so we can hear about it, and we'll see how funny it is.
I know. So 15th of November. We've got to about mid-November, guys. Just got another couple of weeks, 2 or 3 weeks. So get them in.
Yeah. 15th, no, the 15th.
And Rob Vasey, we'll take a look at him.
We're going to have him on that week. And the 15th is a Monday. So, you've got to 15th, 16th. 15th, I think, is a Monday. So 16th, 17th, or whatever.
Show,
Exactly. We'll let you know when we're going to be having that show.
Yeah. Right on. All right. So, do you remember last week we were talking about twins?
Mm-hmm. Yes, I do remember.
I found a couple of other photos with you in them during the course of the week, but I'll save that for another time. I didn't go there. I'm not going to go there. But a guy by the name of Andrew McGregor. Who's McGregor is based in Western Australia, so he'll be known by Jamie Reid and Co. So he actually sent in a.
Where did he play? Did he play like Fremantle or something?
Fremantle.
Yeah.
So I got a photo I can show you about the Fremantle. I've never heard of Fremantle Roller Hockey Club. Didn't know it existed. Yeah. So what I was like, wow, really? He goes, yeah, we played this, and he's submitted a funny story as well, a bit on at his expense. But anyway, we'll throw that in the mix, right? But it's but what he did is send a photo about
show us
who is his twin, who's his doppelganger. So hang on a tick.
Something that you had prepared earlier?
Well, he prepared it. He sent it through.
Ah! Which is which?
Idiot. Yeah. Andrew McGregor, Fremantle Roller Hockey Cup. He's a bit of a Leighton lookalike back in those days. And I tell you what, if he was a bit of a Leighton lookalike back in those days, he would have.
I know. All the girls, he would have been like the king of Freo, man.
The king of Freo? Yeah, I know. Anyway, so, but Fremantle Roller Hockey Club, did you ever?
No, but I mean, Jamie, when we had Jamie Reid a couple of weeks ago, he did say that there was about 10 clubs, yeah?
Yeah, he did. So,
there was a lot of hockey there, so obviously, why not Freo?
Yeah, I know. I just you hear them in the in this conversation or in that conversation and blah, 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 blah. You hear a bit about this and that. But I'd never heard about it, So, So, anyway, he sent through another photo here. Hang on a tick.
Who sent another photo? Jamie Reid?
No, Andrew, about the Freo.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, here we go. Yeah. 1993.
Yeah. There you go. I think that's really cool because it's a bit unknown, you know. So
check
thanks,
out the
man.
kickers, man. Check out the kickers.
They're wearing headbands or hats. They got a hat. They must have had the Fremantle Roller Hockey Club hat on.
Yeah, and tracksuits, the whole lot, man.
They're looking good. What sort of sticks are they?
Is that Colombos?
Maybe.
I can't see it, man.
Yeah, right.
Very good.
Okay, cool. Anyway, mate, that's there you go, Freo. And we've got to get a bit of this history, bring it together. And if there's anyone out there who wants to collate this history and create the Australian roller hockey history something database, put your hand up because there's a lot of shit. We need someone to do that, right? I remember a lot of people sent a lot of stuff to me. I was like, man, I don't have the capability or the patience or the time to do that. But some people do. They enjoy doing that, just collating and bringing it together. There's so much, you know?
Yeah, for sure. Like a little bit of a museum, like a memorial, like a Hall of Famer type of thing, you know, something that's...
Yeah. Well, you know, Geelong had a couple of clubs with the Cry Bay Sharks and Newtown had a club.
Yeah. There was 3, wasn't it?
Off and on.
Was it 2 or 3 in Geelong?
2. 2.
It was just 2, yeah?
Yeah, back in those days. Yeah. So anyway, it's history, man. It's history, and we've got to be proud about our history, right? Because, you know, it'll help us in the future, right? Righto. So that was the twins. Now, there was one other twin. I promised to bring something else.
Do you have one more twin, do you? You have one more twin?
I was talking about our good friend James Murray, who's online at the moment. Well, maybe
is he watching? Is he the new long time listener, first time caller?
Yeah, I know. Well, you know, maybe we'll get a phone call, get him on, you know. But there's a politician in Queensland.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I was telling you about
that. They better look alike.
Well, I don't know. I think so. But you're always, you know, someone that, you know, let's call it, you know, I mean, you know, I'll leave that to you to assess, right? And I'll bring it up. This one.
All right, here we go. Yes, James Murray, and he's the Queensland Health Minister.
There you go.
Here we go. Look, he's on. He's going. Here we go. But
here we go. Brad,
actually, Brad, you look like
it. It's a compliment, man. Sort of.
No, yeah, I mean,
Health Minister versus the Queensland Health Hazard. I mean, roller hockey guy, right? That's good. That's like, you know, we've all got someone. Claude looks like this other guy, and I look like this other guy. You know.
Yeah, let's not bring any more up.
But Rabs, that's good, mate. Your minister, being Palaszczuk, she may invite you to speak at a conference or something when what's his name? Stephen Mills is not available. Part-time job, buddy. Yeah. Part-time job. Righto. Good one. Thank you. All right. We've got David Root on there. Hi, guys. How about some interviews with some of the pioneers of roller hockey? Dave, we're with you. We want to get there.
All in due time, Dave.
Our first, let's call it spreading our wings for the first, you know, couple of months is like, let's connect with the clubs. Let's connect with, you know, some of the, you know, the key people that are involved right today so that we can understand what's happening because we want to reignite.
Right.
And
at the moment it's working. At the moment it's happening because people are talking. Yeah. We've got people like yourself, Dave, watching as well and sort of wanting to know a little bit about past players. And that is all our intentions as well. We want to make sure we recognize them and just have a bit of a laugh and a bit of a chat.
Yep.
We've got a bit of a teaser. We're going to have Chris Shah and Benny coming up soon.
We've got ready to go. A couple of weeks.
I mean, I had to twist a few arms, and I've got my brother. We've got Renee coming up as well.
Yeah, Renee. Yeah.
But at this stage, we're sort of like trying to keep it. Yeah, we just want to get the momentum going. We just want to continue the momentum.
Yeah, exactly right. We want to get the people in the clubs happening and moving and understand what they're doing and how can we help. And then from there, we'll just build on it. We'll build on it. So or we'll just stop doing it because no one's watching.
I know.
Who knows? Righto. So our first cab off the rank. We want to catch up with Dan. We want to hear what's happening with Dan. Now Dan's in the green room.
Is he?
No,
he's not.
There he is.
He's not in the green room.
I'm going to bring him in a sec.
But
we're going to get the jet out.
We need to go and get him.
I know. We need to go get him. Airport? Have they got an international airport up there?
Well, we're going to find out. We're going to find out.
Because this jet is a big jet.
I know, man. We're not coming in a twin seater. It's not a twin seater. Is it? It's a happening thing. Right. Dan, find yourself a space. Sit down. Stop moving. Make sure your boarding pass
around too much.
Make sure you got your boarding pass.
Daniel, on roller skates.
Have your boarding pass ready. Let's go and get
boarding pass ready, mate. All right, Terry, stand by. We'll be with you in a couple of minutes, mate. Grab yourself a drink, whatever it is. Give us a thumbs up.
Way back.
You see us?
We'll get you on the way back.
All right, he's good. We'll be with you shortly. All right, let's go get the big man Dan.
Make sure you got your boarding pass. Or no refreshments.
Cleanliness. Better have a landing strip, man. Otherwise, this could be like.
What are you looking for? A landing strip? That's not an A380 SN. Man, it's the 777, man.
I have a good story, man. You know that.
It's a 747.
Hey, Dan!
G'day, fellas. Mate? Yeah, not too bad, guys. Yourselves?
Good, buddy. Good. Good to see you.
Away.
Well, you'll be
How's everything down in Melbourne going?
Yeah, things are starting to open up, mate. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Not bad. It's getting better. Tomorrow night's going to be crazy.
Tomorrow
night? When everything opens up, is it?
Yeah, retail opens all up at 6 p.m. tomorrow. So it's just going to be just for the weekend. People are just going to be out just because they can now.
Yeah, it'll be going a bit crazy.
Yeah, not that stopped anyone.
No, I know. And it's a long weekend down here too, so I think it's going to go a bit nuts.
Yeah.
But that's cool. You know, I'll tell you what, the Victorians sort of deserve it. Just let them off the chain a little bit.
Yeah, well, we've been in lockdown for quite a while.
Oh, mate, it's been a pain in the ass, you know, off and on. And then you're on for a long time, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, it's a pain in the ass. But I think and it feels like it's the end of it. We really do, because our vaccine rates are up high and there's sort of no returning. Now, some stuff will happen here and there, but I feel quite optimistic about it, but I'm a bit of an optimist. Yeah. What about you, Claude?
Yeah. But I was going to ask you, I mean, you guys were sort of locked down as well. I mean, you're in regional New South Wales, yeah? Did I mean, how are you guys? You know, did it affect you guys much? Like the mini, well, we call it a mini lockdown that you guys had, but for you guys must have been quite full on.
Yeah, not so bad really. We've had 2 lockdowns or 2 stay-at-home lockdowns here. I think the first one was all of 2 weeks, and the second one was about 6 days long.
Mm-hmm. Oh, really?
So, yeah, we only had, I think, 1 case actually in Glen Innes.
Okay.
So it's hasn't been too bad.
Yeah, right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's good. That's good. So it's sort of business as usual then, as in like people go to work, do whatever.
Yeah. Pretty much. The pubs and I shouldn't say clubs because there's no clubs, but the pubs had to close for a bit of time. But pretty good up here. We're pretty lucky.
What's the population in Glen?
I think it's about 6,000 in the town, and maybe 8 or 9 if you count all of the surrounding villages and towns. And
right. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
all right.
Yeah.
Not that many.
So just tell us a little bit there. Obviously, we got you on for talk. Let's talk about a bit of hockey. So, what's been happening at the club, and tell us a little bit about the club. I mean, you know, how long have you guys been around? Just give us a bit of history.
Yeah. So, 1999 was when we first started. The rink opened here Easter in '99, and the club pretty much formed at the same time. Went good for the first while. Bit of a break with a few years off, and sort of come back and restarted the club about 6 years ago now. That we've been back into it again. So yeah, no, I've been around since '99.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, mostly with myself and Errol as the main coaches. I started coaching the juniors when I was about 18. He's been coaching the whole time. Yeah, so I've been around for a while.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Lexi's got a message here from Jess Berg saying, "Hi Dan, go Dan. I wish Glenn wasn't 6 hours away. I miss it."
That would be Jess Bradley originally.
Yes. Yeah.
Ah, okay, yes.
Where's Jess living these days?
Down in Newcastle.
6 hours away.
Oh, right. Is that 6
Yeah,
hours?
6 hours away. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
So I mean, like
Hey, Jess,
you
good to see you.
mentioned
Thanks for
yourself and Errol. Anybody else that helps out around the club? I mean, give them a bit of a shout out. I mean, surely.
Yeah, we've had some great family members of our players that have stepped up and really helped out with the committee side of things.
Yeah.
Organising and fundraising. We've had Terry Boyd has been our president for a long time. He's always been involved in the club, which is great. That's it.
Yeah.
Right,
That's good. I mean,
so is that ticker wrong? North Sports Roller Hockey Club president Daniel Heaney is not correct.
Oh yeah, no, not me. I'm not the president. That's fine.
Ish, like
president-ish.
Ish.
Let's get rid of that.
You're a club representative. Yeah, no, you don't want to upset anyone. You have one job, mate. So what do you guys have a club president? So we can just give him a shout out.
Yeah. Terry Boyd's the president
Terry.
still. Yep. He's still going strong.
Yeah. Beautiful.
So there we go.
That's better.
Sometimes.
Just quickly fix it.
That's how we roll, man. That's how we roll.
I know.
Our research only goes so far.
I know. From here to here. That's it.
Yeah, exactly right. Mate, wouldn't
have. No, that's good. That's good. I mean, do you still have a lot of many kids, many club people at the moment, or have you lost
how's
them?
it going? How's the junior development stuff going?
So that's where we've really struggled with COVID. With the restrictions in New South Wales, we haven't been able to be in the rink. So we just started getting some more juniors and stuff started end of last year, first couple of months of this year. And basically been out of the rink. I'm at the rink now. It's the longest I've been in the rink since about March.
So what's that? So the rules in New South Wales, even though Glen wasn't locked down, the rink was locked down, was it?
Yeah. So it fell under was it community sporting activities?
Yeah.
And if it wasn't under community sporting activities, it comes under like an indoor building. So
okay,
yeah, you got to have masks and 2 meters away from each other.
Yep.
Basically, didn't give us any opportunity to be able to play or train. So it was a real setback.
Yeah,
unfortunately,
it was a pain. So, mate, I've got. So I want to share this. I came across this photo. Let me try this.
There we go.
Can you see that?
We can see that. Country Cup.
It's Country Cup. Yeah, that's 2019. But what a great event, right? I mean, look at that, right?
That was the Country Cup was great. We really enjoyed doing those. It was just sort of, it started off just with us and Stafford as the skate of origin.
Yep.
And then we wanted to be able to include more clubs and see if we could get some guys up from Vic as well. So we changed it to the Country Cup.
Right.
So we kept it as a regional tournament. So
Yep.
we were swapping between here and Gympie.
Right.
Just sort of keeping it out in the more regional rinks to spread it out a bit. So
yeah, for sure. No, I've always think it's great competition because not everyone can attend the big events, and not everyone and people want to attend all the events, and mate, getting anyone on skates as much as they can and having opportunities is great. So that's
so good.
So do you think there's an intent or an ability to get this back up and running next year?
Absolutely, yeah. We're just going to try and work out, we get more restrictions lifted in December. So hopefully we'll be able to get back into the rink, and once we can work out whether we can, have people here from different states. Obviously, we're the only club in New South Wales, so there's not a whole lot of local competition. So it is something that we do want to work on getting going again. We tried. We almost snuck it in at one point during the first half of the year, and just the borders kept getting closed again. And
such a pain.
I know.
Organise something, and then 2 weeks later it's closed down. Like,
I think we'd actually organised it 2 or 3 times, and just had to can it every time, and it's got to the point where we can't even try doing anything anymore. Just not happening.
Well, mate, you should have a bit of optimism. If I can share a little bit of how I read the tea leaves, is that I think by the end of this year, you look at what's happening in Victoria, New South Wales, and I think Queensland. I mean, Queensland's got a bit of a vaccine sort of uptick they've got to get through, but they'll get there, and then the country's going to be open again. So 2022 should be a different year.
I'm hoping that's the case. I've really been missing being here at the rink, and missing hockey. So
good on you, mate. Yeah, good on you for being the
We
guy.
all are.
So there's a couple of questions actually. Is Peter Barroso?
Peter Barroso.
Do you know Peter? How's Errol going? Is he still getting on the skates?
Yes. Yeah.
I think you get Errol off the skates.
Not this year. No one's been on the skates up here this year, but I'm sure
groinies as well.
Back in the building, I'm sure he'll be on there.
So what a second. So he hasn't been on the skates?
Oh, mate. Oh, cool. So, and also you've got you've obviously got, like you said, your closest clubs are South Queensland, right? Stafford, etc. So that relationship's got to be really tight to enable competition, right?
Yeah.
How close are you guys?
We're about 4 hours from Brisbane. I think 6 hours from Gympie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Yeah. So it's not like it's a bit like us going from here to Albury Wodonga, I suppose, Claude.
Yeah.
Which we don't do that often, but actually, you do because you live out that.
I'm next door to
it. But anyway, yeah. But that's the challenges that you've got, mate. But we take your hat off to you to continue with that. So, assuming things open up, what's the club looking forward to for 2022?
Mate, well, I've got to see if I've got any players left first. I know there's still a couple around town, but we've had some people move away, and I don't know some of the younger kids, whether they'll come back because, soccer and AFL football, they've all been allowed to go back to play because it's all outdoors. So, honestly, I think the first part of our 2022 is just going to be trying to rebuild and get some members again. We'd love to get to every competition, but it'll be a matter of whether we can find enough players.
Yeah, have enough players for teams. Yeah.
I totally understand, mate. Totally understand. And like I said, one step at a time, right? You get training back, then you get the kids back, then you get the motivation back, and then you get the the fun, you know, blah 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 blah. So it might take a little bit of time, but you know.
And Dan, sorry, Steve-o, Dan, Let's Talk Roller Hockey has just got you a player. He says, Jess, I'll play for you guys next year. Dan, just give me enough notice. So there you go, bang, we got you a player.
There you go.
I'm claiming it. I read it. I'm claiming it. It was all me.
As long as she turns up to training every week, Jess, get on there. 6-hour drive, 12-hour turnaround.
6-hour drive, not too bad.
That's all right. All right. Righto, mate.
No, that's good.
Mate, we don't want to take a lot of your time, but thanks for jumping on. Send our regards to Errol and the whole crew down there. And,
we'll do that.
You know, mate, it's good that, like you said, you're back in the rink and you're doing what you love, and it won't take long before things are back up and running, hopefully.
Yeah, fingers crossed. Looking forward to a much better year next year than this one.
And mate, for what it's worth, I you know, just shout out, man. If you need help, there's we're a small community, but everyone's willing to help if they can, you know, with what they can. So you know, you're not in it on your own.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Right. Yeah. Okay, mate. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it.
No worries, guys.
Coming on, Daniel.
See you, mate. Bye.
See you. Thank you for coming on.
Dan's the man.
Drop him off. Hey? Drop him off. Oh, shit. Man. Again. Too late now.
You're walking his way to the airport.
Essay, you just like...
Who's that? Hang on.
That was good. Wait.
There we go. Dan, good on you, buddy. Good on you. All right, we've got Terry in about 2-3 minutes. Terry, stand by. We're bringing you in.
Get rid of the ticker, Essay.
All right.
Yeah. So, Dan, let's just correct that. Well, we thought our research, that's bloody Manuel, man. Manuel cannot do his own research at all. Seriously.
That guy, I tell you. One job.
It's Manuel.
One job.
We thought he could do bloody
Is that
audio.
Guy?
Audio. We thought he could do audio. We got rid of him, sacked him, rehired him, do a bit of research, and his stuff that went up as well. In the research department, right?
Anyway, good to chat to Dan. Now, we'll get Terry on in a second. But before we do, I wanted to touch on the topic of nicknames.
Oh, yeah.
There's so many nicknames in Australia. So many.
I know.
There are so many. And I don't even know what half of these nicknames refer to. So I'm going to test you to see if you know what they are. And I want people to jump on the chat. And if they can answer some of, like, what does this person's nickname actually refer to, then let us know, right? And if there's others, we've got some guys from New Zealand. I'm going to bring that up in a sec. But whilst I do, you and I always refer to each other as what?
As Essay.
Essay. Now, you got to explain what does that literally mean, and then how did we come up with it?
Well, it's not so much what it means. It's just like it just means like that or that one. It depends on what context you use it. What year was it? Like 96, 97, or whatever it was. We were living in Portugal. We lived there for approximately about a year. You were there a little bit longer. And we went there with CVF, Carlitos Vila Fernandez. Yeah. And we stayed in the Fernandez residence in the Hacienda. And we used to go to this little pub, remember? Was it like a little cafe? And we were watching TV because we didn't have a TV, remember? Yeah. And I think we were watching like a Steven Seagal movie. Yeah, I know.
That's right.
Steven Seagal movie. Remember? And you go into, remember? And there was like, I don't know what movie it was. But I remember Steven Seagal
has been in a war.
I know. He's driving this beaten up car, and some dude just comes up to me and goes, "Hey, that car looked like been in a war." And they're talking about something, and they say "essay," and then you thought you knew, and you just started repeating it, and you go, "What does essay mean?" And in that context, they were talking about someone, and they go, "That one did it," you know. It was essay that did it, you know. Yeah, like that one did it, you know. And that just stuck, you know. Essay, and then we were just. And we just refer to each other.
South America call themselves essay?
Oh, some of them do. Some of the Mexicans do, man.
The Mexicans from the barrio, man, from the streets.
Some of them, not the barrio. They're those vatos, man, with the.
But then we had the song.
I know there was a song. There was
do you
a
remember
song.
how it goes?
Yeah, I do remember how it goes.
You can sing it.
I'm not going to sing it. But remember, we were talking about before about the cheer squads in Portugal. Remember, we went there and it was just so loud, and people on these trumpets, and the tune used to go ba 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 ba. Remember, after every goal or half time or whatever. Ba 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 ba. And then we started singing that song. Oh yeah. No, it was like they call him Esse. His name is Esse. We call him Esse. And remember, because it was just the two of us thinking it was just the funniest thing, and we were just singing that, and we were just making people around us just be part of it, not even at their own will. But I think it was 98. We went to the Worlds in Macau when Chile won it. And I don't know, for a lot of people, some of the people there when they're out, that they've been fortunate enough to play in World Championships, at the end, after the celebration, when they get given the award or the cup or the medals, every other nation goes in front of them, shakes their hands, and gives them a bit of a cheer. Do you remember what the Australian team did to the Chileans? The Chilean team? We sang the essay song.
Did everyone else in the team, our team, know what that was?
It was just mainly you and I just singing and just being real loud. But
what did the Chilean team do? I can't even remember.
I can't remember.
Do you remember I remember the English song that we sung in English, but we can't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember it. I don't
anyway,
remember. But yeah,
it's the essay story, right? But it's a nickname.
Exactly. Yes.
Australia is full of nicknames. There's so many hockey players. I'm gonna throw a few out there, right? Bones. What's Bones? That's
Someone's got to clarify it. I mean, was it because he was a tough player and he was like a bone cruncher? Bones. I don't know. That's my.
No, who got Norbert? Where did Norbert come from?
I don't know. That's Grant, but Norbert.
Yeah, Grant Tompkins.
Yeah.
What's Bones' real name?
Michael. It's Michael. Now. It is Michael, is it? Yeah, Michael. Yeah. What are you going to test me with?
Yeah. What about backhand? Backhand.
Seriously, I mean, when you think about that person, right? You're like, you got James Bond, name Bond, James Bond, and then you go, oh wow, that's Bond. But if you say Benny Webber, people just go, who? What? But if you go Benny Backhand Webber, everyone knows who that is. Benny Backhand Webber.
He never had a forehand. Did he ever have a forehand? This is the backhand.
No, you only have one side of the stick.
Yeah, I know.
He only
got other people. Who else? Who else is there? There's someone. Mother.
I don't know.
That's Hesse, Kevin Hesse from Queensland. Mother.
Okay.
Yeah. Kiwi.
I don't know why. Why is that?
Kiwi?
Well, Kiwi was Kiwi because he was from New Zealand.
Was he?
Or was he there? Was you there?
But Kiwi's the Australian goalkeeper, and the New Zealand goalkeeper's nickname's Aussie.
Yes, that's correct. Yes, yeah.
Like, why?
I don't know.
And then we go outside of Melbourne and we go outside of Queensland. Then you've got some guys that I know from down Geelong. The Malachi brothers, right? Louis and Carlos Fernandez, right? The two Spanish guys.
Yeah, no relation to CVF.
No, they're Spanish.
Yeah, I
know. Spanish. Did Spain actually rule Portugal?
I don't know. I remember when they were listening.
A Stretch, and then there was
Stretch. Then there was also a Big Bird. There was also a Big Bird.
Sledge.
Yeah, Peter
Hedger, Sledger. Anyone else from Geelong that comes to mind?
I think there wasn't it? Wasn't it like a chook? Was it like? I don't know. What was it? I can't remember, but something along the lines of chook or something, chook eye or something, or what was it? What? Chook eye? Like I don't know. It wasn't a chook eye.
Chook eye.
Wasn't it? I said chook eye. I don't know. I can't remember that one.
you obviously can remember that one. You keep saying it.
No, but yeah. Anyway,
for that one. Anyway,
but there was a Big Bird. There was Big Bird.
Yeah, Big Bird.
From Morty, but back in the days when I was at Morty.
Yeah, yep.
But yeah, no, there was a lot of nicknames. Obviously, Big Bird, because I remember he was tall, and I assume that's why they called him Big Bird.
Yep.
But
that's true.
yeah.
We've got Rabbit, obviously, is our good friend, who's on the thingo. But anyway, and then in New Zealand, I've got a couple here from New Zealand. Stretch,
on the wireless.
Rusty, Cheesecake. Who do you reckon Cheesecake was?
Cheese? Wasn't it?
Chesney?
Yeah, could have been.
Jacko, Mark Jackson.
Yeah, that's Clyde.
Youngblood.
Yeah.
Have you seen that movie Youngblood? That's an ice hockey one.
Who was that?
I don't know. That's Rob Vasey, bit of punch on, from time to time, or Russ, one of those guys.
Rusty would have been Russ.
Russ would have been Russ. Oh yeah, of course, Rusty.
Yeah.
Millsy, Daffy, Frosty, Nugget, Large. What do you reckon? Large.
Large.
Yogi.
But I mean, if you just rearrange some of those, large frosty nuggets.
But anyway, there are so many.
Yeah.
Oh God. So anyway, if you've got any ones that you want to throw across the line,
and tell us why. If you know why, some of the ones that we just mentioned, I'm just guessing here on some of them. But if you know the actual reason behind it,
yeah,
why
Shifty,
they called?
How did Shifty get his name? Shifty, Chris Sharp.
Maybe because it was technical.
Yeah,
it's like, wow, that's Shifty.
What about Boris?
Boris.
It's Brad Jackson.
Yeah, but wait a second. Yeah, that's right. It wasn't. His name was not Boris, was it? Bradley Jackson. Yeah. It was Bradley,
Bim.
wasn't it?
Where's Bim? Where'd Bim come from?
Isn't it Bim short for Bimbo? So it was Bimbo, Bim. But that's Mark Redmond. Yeah, I know.
Mark Redmond, yeah.
Why? I tell you why. I want to know why. Why?
All right, let's go. We've got to get Terry. Terry's been in the green room for way too long.
I know. He's just earning the freaking flyer points.
Hang on. Dante Munoz has just jumped online. Claudio, will you be playing in the World Cup next year? Dante, we don't have a veterans team.
Skinny. Hey, James Murray just jumped on. Skinny.
Skinny. Yeah.
Skinny.
Now, our next celebrity, let's call it the main event, Terrence Sanford, a.k.a. Sir Tez.
Why? Stay tuned and find out why.
Stop
Go and get him.
around.
Pick him up. Just press one button. Press one button. Just press the button. Press the button.
Actually, where are we going to pick up Terry?
Hey.
There he is.
Terry!
Hey, how are you, mate?
How's it going?
Good, mate. Good.
Mate, first of all, apologies for keeping you there. Steve would not shut up.
Tell you what, your facilities in the green room. First class on the plane was pretty good, though.
I hope you enjoyed the champagne, buddy. I hope you enjoyed the champagne that we and the caviar that we had in the green room waiting for you. You been good?
Yeah, not too bad. Busy, but pretty good.
Speaking of nicknames, Sir Tez. Anyone in Victoria who knows you got a license plate saying Sir Tez. Where'd that come from?
Well, actually, I bought them for myself probably about too long ago as a birthday present. And I guess it came from I was the firstborn, only boy in the family. So I thought a bit spoilt, you know. And obviously Tez is short for Terence.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I needed something that would fit, and Sir was quite appropriate, I thought. So
So it is, and that's it.
But you know what, though? Morty gave me a nickname when I first joined.
What was it?
Really stuck. Yeah, they did.
What was that, sorry?
Bloody Morty.
It was, look, I don't even know why, but it was Toenail.
Oh.
Toenail.
Yeah.
Actually, now you mentioned it. I mean,
Did they really?
Morty did give me a nickname as well. They used to call me Running Bear.
Like the Indian.
Yeah.
Bloody Morty Alec, I tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I can imagine. Oh, there you go. That was back in the day.
Back in the day.
That was back in the day. Now, Terry, how are you feeling?
Yeah, pretty good. Pretty good.
If you had to say, just take a look at this picture for a second. Help us with a bit of context. Just pick out one of these pictures and tell us how you're feeling. What best describes your mood right now?
I'm pretty content.
Okay, so which one's that one?
Look, I think there's down the bottom right-hand corner. There's some happy faces. Sunny, looking pretty happy down there. So,
us with our hats on.
Yeah. Who's that? Is that you and I, Stevo?
Yeah, that's in South Korea.
They suit you.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I remember that.
I wasn't local.
You're feeling pretty content. That's good, mate. That's where we know. So we know where to go with tonight's catch up. If you're feeling content, then let's just say we can probably go a little bit deeper in the conversation. You know, if you're a bit sensitive, or you're like Geordie Poblett Senior, falling asleep in the chair, then maybe we've got to pick you up with a little bit of something else. But anyway, you're feeling content. We're happy with that. We're happy with that. So, that's good, mate. So,
you've been busy. Tell us a little bit about how busy you've been, because we know because we know you, but what about everybody else? Because you volunteer a lot.
Yeah, I do. So, volunteer firefighter and have been for about 20 odd years. So, so that sort of keeps me busy, and but it's something that I enjoy and very rewarding.
Yeah.
And challenging at the same time. So, dealing with people that are probably having the worst day of their life and being able to help them out is pretty rewarding. Yeah.
No, good on you.
So there was a couple of options. There's Terry in uniform and there's Terry in survival kit. I don't know, whatever you call it, right? But but mate, good on you, buddy. So is that so? How does that work? So in fire season, like we see you turn up to hockey, right? Sometimes Terry looks like and you literally have turned up with a fire truck. And it's like, I'm here with a fire truck. I'll referee the game, and then I've got to get back to doing what I was doing. And you're like, okay, thanks, mate.
Yeah.
And actually, sorry, just on a side note, last Australia Day Cup, the men's change rooms caught fire. And we called the toilets and electrical problems are happening. Terry's out refereeing a game. And I called the fire brigade, and Terry gets to he goes, mate, I got the beep. Just tell me next time, next time you get a fire. Well, I was hoping not to get too many fires during a competition. But he goes, mate, anyway. So anyway, sorry. So yeah, so you do a bit of that, right? That must be full on though.
Yeah, look, so basically, we have meetings and training and all that kind of stuff, and on call 24/7. So if I'm in the area, I'm home, I can turn out, then I turn out. So
yeah, okay, all right. And so does your current employment and your employer, they're supportive of that? Does that sort of help if you got to go, listen, guys, I got to go do this? Does that sort of work out okay?
Yeah, I've been very lucky with my employee. They're great. They look after me. It helps that they're almost related. My brother-in-law is my boss, so that kind of helps a little bit. But no, they're very supportive, which is makes it a bit easier, I guess. No, I am lucky.
Yeah. Oh, mate, no, good on you, mate. Hats off to you. So, mate, you've been the chairman of roller hockey officials under the Australian Roller Hockey Committee for the last couple of years, and obviously in very challenging times. Things have been quiet. No one can get together and stuff like that. So we sort of acknowledge that, and everyone sort of understands that. But let's think about 2022. Yeah. What's going through your mind in relation to what you'd like to get it, I suppose, do?
Yeah, well, there's lots, and you're right. It's been frustrating because I've sort of got in the position, and then sort of COVID hit, and haven't been able to do all the things that I sort of wanted to do. But we've still been able to achieve some things prior to that. Still working on a few things in the background to try and hit the ground running in 2022.
Yeah.
So a couple of things is the new uniform, the new officials uniform,
Right.
which are looking really good. So I'd really like to have those ready to go for our first tournament, which hopefully is in the first few months of next year.
Yeah.
And then also developing obviously our referees. I think that's a priority. Working.
Speaking of developing, right? I think pre-COVID, right? You and Evelyn really you pulled together a heap of stuff and did a heap of online training as well, right?
Yeah,
absolutely, and they were great. I really enjoyed doing those. It was great to be able to have some people in a classroom, but it was even better to be able to stream that to anyone really that wanted to learn more about refereeing. And the work that's been probably done over the last 2, 3, 4 years wouldn't have been able to be done without the support mainly from Evelyn. Evelyn and I work extremely well together. I love working with her. Yeah. She's as passionate about the sport as I am, and to have someone like that working with you is massive value.
Yeah, good work.
Yeah, no,
good shout out.
Good shout out, mate. Evelyn is a great asset for our sport, and is like you said, like-minded, really wants to get stuff done, willing to contribute and commit to stuff, right? So that's what we need. So to your point, I think that picking up obviously from where we left off, I think is going to be a great thing.
Yeah.
In the future, or in 2022. Actually, Cos mentioned a couple of things on a call the other day about stuff that they did back in the old days about getting more, as juniors come through seniors, to get them to be referees before they enter seniors. Now we sort of do it at the moment, and I think in Victoria we're pretty focused on getting all the kids in there, but I actually didn't mind that as a concept of like, all right, you're a 14, 15-year-old, you're not play senior, but you've got to be although World Skate rules say that you can, it's sort of a condition that maybe we should consider, as we're saying. But before you do, you got to be at least finish your level 1, so you understand the rules.
Yeah.
And then people would tap the shoulder on and go, "Mate, jump out and help us now."
It's all based on contribution.
Right. Yeah, and it's not you don't necessarily want them to referee, but I think having seminars and clinics where players, club representatives, parents, anybody can join in and learn the rules and how the game's played and all those kind of things really will benefit not only us as referees on the floor, because our players are going to have an understanding of the rules.
Yeah.
And I think one of the biggest challenges we have, and hopefully, we can work on it, but getting updates and amendments to rules and those kind of things, they're not forthcoming. So it's really difficult. And I work closely with Carl from the UK, great guy. Again, another great supporter and someone that we can talk to and get some information from. But getting those updates are difficult. Oh, there we are.
There we are.
Where's that, Terry?
So this is you took a trip. Tell us about this trip you took to England to do some refereeing in 2018, 19, something like that.
Yeah. So look, we had Carl come out and do some refereeing with us.
That's correct.
He had a bit of issue with our heat because it was really hot.
That's right. He came for the Australia Day Cup, didn't he?
Australia Day Cup, mate. Australia Day Cup, guaranteed 40-degree days, right?
He struggled a little bit, but he kept going. So, I just maintained communication with him and really wanted to broaden my experience and learn more. And so, anyway, long story short, I took a trip over and self-funded it all and went over for about 3 weeks. and did some refereeing, and it was an awesome experience. Got to see some of the country as well, which is good. But the experience refereeing over there was, it was really good.
What was the
And
level,
good on you.
as in hockey level? From how would you compare it to Australia?
Not much difference. Even the refereeing side of things, our standard action shot.
Yeah, I know.
Even our standard of refereeing is not that different. You know, obviously, they've got some more experience. They're closer to a lot of other countries that they can just hop on a train, really, or even drive across, and they get that. But yeah, the standard is good hockey, but we have good hockey too.
Yeah. Actually, I got some feedback regarding Carl when he refereed the Australia Day Cup final, and he's refereed in a few different places around Europe as well, apparently. And he actually said that game, when it was Melbourne Morty and those two teams, was the hardest game, or the most skillful game, or the highest level game that he's actually refereed in Australia. Those two.
Yeah, look, I think
it was full on.
It was definitely full on. I think he's probably right. Probably the hardest game I probably refereed was probably a few years ago, where it was, I think, Melbourne and Wellington.
Oh, yeah. That's when Wellington would have won, the final.
They did win, and that was just an awesome game to not even watch, but just to referee it, be on the floor. Yeah. Good, hard hockey.
Wellington.
Yeah.
A good game. Good game.
Yeah, good game. And you know what? I mean, that you mentioned that. I mean, I was just going to say, good on you for, like, you know, self-funding it all. And, you know, obviously you want to contribute, you want to learn, and you want to get experience. So well done, you know, by just, you know, doing it yourself. Yeah. And on the other note is the Australia Day Cup. Like, I mean, it's had a lot of, you know, good history there, a lot of good games, yeah?
Oh, for sure. The standard of hockey is really good, you know. And it's just disappointing that the COVID's really put a stop to it, you know. And that's another challenge is to get our kids back on the floor, not you know, playing, because if we don't have kids playing, we don't need referees, and vice versa, you know. So it's a hand in hand challenge.
But you know, one thing that I like that you mentioned, Terry, is that in the background you're sort of saying that you're working on a couple of little projects and you're trying to get some uniforms and stuff like that. And that's good, because obviously when we go back, that might be ready. You know what I mean? That will be ready and ready to be rolled out, instead of saying, okay, we're back and what are we going to do? That's right, we wanted to do uniform. Let's start now. You know what I mean? So that's good.
Exactly right. You know, and the plan is to run some clinics. So whether we can do some in-person ones or even online, leading up, you know, a couple leading up to the first tournament, to get everyone back in the mindset, updated on what's happening. You know, that's the plan as well. So
you recently completed the World Skate refereeing accreditation as well, right?
I did earlier this year, yes. The international referee course.
Congratulations, mate. Congratulations.
Yeah, well done.
Good feather in your cap.
Yeah, definitely. Look, to what I just can't wait to be able to do some traveling, and whether that's refereeing or even just watching or observing or something, just to, you know, get that experience. But ultimately, to referee, you know, represent Australia as an official.
Yeah, cool.
You know, I've done it as a player, like most, you know, a lot of us have, but to be able to do that as an official is really something that I'm working towards personally. But then again, to be able to referee and officiate at these tournaments, then bring that knowledge and that experience back home and be able to pass that on.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, that's good, mate. I think the opportunities will open up next year and the year after. From my understanding is that once you get that accreditation, then you get a sort of seat at the table in your region, being Australia and Asia.
Yep.
Right. So when we have those competitions, you know, you'll get invited to those things, and then you go to the next level, you know, which is the global, the world competition. So I think that's how the process.
It's like goes. It's like a stepping stone. You got to do one, then you can go to the next one. You know? You can't skip. You can't skip.
Yeah.
But
What are some of the,
to start.
was there any particular learnings from that recent World Skate accreditation or new rules or anything? Anything's popped up in the last 12 months? You go, this is a change. Like, this has changed. You know, like this is something we've got to tell everyone.
Yeah, look, I don't think, in regards to rules, I think, and the way we officiate is pretty good. But there's probably 2 or 3 takings from that. One was how they focus on fitness. The focus on fitness is huge. You know, they did 2 or 3 sessions on keeping fit, not only physically but mentally. Yeah,
it's important, right?
Which absolutely, you know, you've got to be in the right mindset when you step onto the floor, because you want to make sure that you're ready so that you can do the best job you can for the players.
Yeah.
And
on that, Terry,
who's that most unfittest referee we have in Australia? No, let's not go there.
But on that, Terry, you know, when we've been to like the Asian Games or the World Roller Games or whatever, you know, when the before the game's going to start, obviously they've got each team is doing their warm-ups, and in the middle there's a coned out section where the referees do little sprints and they do all their stretching and they do they're warming up, like they do running up and down.
Yeah, for sure, definitely. And, you know, and we can't just straight away jump into these things. You know, it has to be a progressive move. But I think something that we can do straight away is up our professionalism.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, the way that we act
professional, right?
You know, the way that we dress coming into the rink, the way we conduct ourselves before, during, and after, the way we communicate with players, whether that's non-verbal, verbal, you know. So there's a lot of stuff there that we can do straight away to improve ourselves, and it's just simple things too. Like, you know, when you give someone a card, you don't give it to the player, because the player already knows. If he you know, ref calls him over, he knows what's going to happen. So, you know, you don't put it in their face. You know, you don't want to rub it in. So it's high above your head so that everyone in the rink can see. So, you know what I mean? It's just little things.
It's not like, here you go, it's on you. You're the guy. You're a bad person.
This. Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
But it is what it is. Yeah, it's a good point, actually.
Hey, we got a viewer question. Yeah, this is our new long-time listener, first-time caller, because that used to be Dave Callers. Now it's James Murray. James Murray is the new first long-time listener. And his question is, Terry, you know, obviously he's asking, can you ref? Is a referee able to ref on skates? Not sure if you're going to be able to answer that. That's what he's asking.
I don't know. To be honest, I don't know. My own thought on that is no. You know, I was doing the international course. There was no mention about it. It was always about wearing the right shoes and running and warming up and all that kind of stuff. So there was no mention about wearing skates. Mm-hmm. I've never seen anyone at a tournament wear them.
Yeah.
Apart from, you know, when we've had to have players who had the referee, and we just don't have the time
and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, from a personal stance, there are some advantages to wearing skates, but I actually prefer just wearing runners myself.
Yeah, exactly right. I've seen it a little bit, but I think it's to your point. It's if there is, if it's like a local league type of thing, and if it's a junior thing, you don't necessarily in seniors, but I've seen it in junior hockey in Spain. The referees are on skates, but I think it's more of a convenience thing. I mean, you know, they don't have as much as, you know, they have similar struggles, different scale, but they have different, you know, similar struggles. So they just, you know, get people on and things. I was
going to say, man, just completely off the topic. Look out, man. Like, he wants to claim his title. Long time listener, first time caller is actually watching now. The original Dave Callers.
Dave. Dave's back on.
And he's back on. He probably got wind of like James Murray. He's going to be the new long time listener.
This guy.
Yeah, first time caller.
Who else we got on there? Brett Philpott. Hey, how you going? Brett.
Oh,
good to see you,
Philpott.
mate. Al Andrew. Got a few
James,
other
yeah.
on there. Actually, Al raises a good point. We needed a ladies' international referee, and I
Very
think
good.
that's
Don't worry.
absolutely-
We've,
yeah, we've got to bring that in, and we're going to make that happen. And I think we
Oh,
get
for
the
sure.
opportunity to nominate referees on an annual basis to take on the World Skate accreditation. I think that's the process because I've done it on the coaching side, and I think moving forward on an annual basis, we'll be in a position to say, well, these 3 people, 5 people, 10 people are able to now do the course. I think, which will be good. The more they can do it, the better, right?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. But what was talk us? Sorry, just before we just close out this topic, the course is not a 5-minute or an hour course, right?
No, it was 7 sessions. No, right, yeah, 6 or 7 sessions. And there were 2.5 hours each, I think, from memory.
So every week you had to do it, right?
Yeah, so every week you had to log on, and it was all done online. Look, definitely some challenges, and it was the first online course that they've done. So, kudos to them for actually getting it up and running, for sure.
Yeah.
And we were able to provide some feedback. One major one was the language barrier, because you had an interpreter. So you had a presenter speaking in obviously his natural language, and then you had to block out him and listen to the interpreter. Sometimes it didn't come across probably the way that it was intended.
Got lost in translation a little bit.
Yes.
Hey, Terry,
but even then,
I have a little bit of that problem with my co-host. Between you and
I have heard that.
It's Manuel.
And the worst part was when you had to sit the exam paper.
That's right.
Because again, they've converted it from Spanish or whatever language it was into English.
It was
and
tough.
you're looking there going, I got no idea what that question means. I know
I don't know what that word means.
What? It was, again, they tried to do the best that they could in the circumstances. And, but yeah, definitely some feedback that was provided. But we got through it and we got there in the end. So,
okay. All right. Any questions, Claude? Did I see another one pop up there?
Dave Corliss asked, what have I missed? Buddy, you're going to have to watch the show. You're going to have to watch the replay, man. It's going to be on tomorrow at the same
James
time.
Murray, what's the process to start out reffing in Australia?
So Evelyn and I have been working on a course or a training package. Probably it's a better word for it. So that, which includes doing some Australian Institute of Sport online courses. So some officiating courses, doing children's check, all those kind of really important stuff that are set out by the government. So that any of, you work with kids or whatever, you need to do these things. So there's those kind of things. There's attend some online sessions, whether that's in person or online, whatever. And then obviously getting you out on the floor, providing you some feedback, and then working up to sitting that assessment, and then moving forward. But it's an ongoing process. So you may pass the assessment, but we want to keep working with you, obviously, to develop you, get you better. So yeah, Evelyn and I have been working on that, and
that's good.
We're sort of currently doing it at the moment. Well, was pre-COVID, but yeah.
Yep. And I mean, Claude is a player, right? So we've got this question that came in. Any sort of feedback? What do you think about that?
Oh, look, I'm no expert on players or anything, but what are the odds?
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
But we've got a couple of questions coming in. Enrico. So Enrico's a Italian Australian. Been living in Australia for about 10 years now. Australian citizen. He's actually asked a question. Any news about the World Cup? Enrico, only that it's in Argentina in late October, early November.
Next year.
So that's the sort of plan. Yeah, next year. So that's still the plan. Yeah. It's have we heard much about other than that? No. I think we'll hear more and more in the coming month or two. So so sort of see how it goes, on the Australian side, we've got to sort out a few things this month and next month in relation to who's doing what, etc. You got a Kelpie. Is that a Kelpie?
It is.
I've got 2 Kelpies. Oh, nice.
Yeah. Yes, I've only had him about a week, but he was biting my toes, so I had to pick him up off the floor.
Oh, mate.
But this is Jax.
Jax, is it?
Jax.
Oh, good on you, Jax.
Good.
We've got Craig Burgess.
Yes.
Craigie Burgess.
Hello, buddy.
We actually want to get Craig on we want to get Craig on to talk about a few things.
On the show,
but Terry, also, we talk about dynamic duos, right? We talk about duos, right? It's like 2 people. Like Claude and I consider ourselves a bit of a dynamic duo.
I'm Batman.
No, you're not.
I'm Batman.
You just got in before me when I said that.
That's why I'm Batman.
Anyway, but you've actually got a bit of a trinamic trio. Let's be, which is, in all seriousness, right?
Yep. Lovely ladies.
Yeah. Sandy and Lynette, you guys are a bit of a threesome when it comes to all the competitions, getting stuff sorted, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
I suppose, give us a little bit of context or, a bit of feedback about those 2 ladies.
Yeah, well, I've known both of them for a very long time. In fact, as you would know, coached Cameron when he was so tall. So known Lynette for a very long time, and well as Sandy, but working with those 2 lovely ladies, it's such a joy, and that's one of the, I miss getting on the floor and refereeing. There's no question about that, but I miss the social aspect. I miss catching up with them, with you guys, with everyone really, and it's been hard for a lot of people because they haven't been able to have that contact, and it is difficult, but that's really one thing that I miss. So can't wait to catch up with everyone.
It's a good point, and I was talking to someone this week about the show, and they're having a bit of a laugh, and we're talking about some stuff. And I said, for me personally, it's my therapy just to do this. I can have a chat. I can get some shit off my liver. I can feel like I'm connecting. You and I are having a chat. That's going to carry me through till next week until we chat about someone else. Claude and I have been chatting off and on a daily basis about this for 2 years, right? I said, man, we're just going to get it out there. Let's get other people in the conversation. And it's actually our therapy, right, to help us through this, right, while we're not doing anything, while we're not going. So it's I'm feeling pretty good about it. I'm feeling
it has been
better about it.
I guess it's hard to. It's been hard to draw that line where you send out communication to people about what's going on and what you want next year with refereeing and officials and what you want to do, because to be honest, it's not high on everyone's priority. You got family, you got work, and they come first. So you're sort of like, do I send something out? Will they read it? Do I not send something out? Do I communicate? Do I not? But I think definitely, again, some things that we can definitely work on moving forward is communication, transparency. Those they're important things. So things that we can work on.
Absolutely. So there's a question here for you, Claude. Does anyone know why Claudio's nickname is Muttley?
Yeah, that's Brett. Brett's played a joke. I used to call Brett Muttley. Actually, when was this? When
like Muttley the dog.
Because you know how Muttley loves like that was Brett Philpott, and I used to say.
Did he laugh like that? Did he?
Yeah. And Brendan, and what did he? I nicknamed him Butthead, and then Brendan nicknamed me Junior Butt, like Junior Butthead. Yeah. Yeah, but Philpott was at Muttley.
You had another nickname called Broken Toe.
Broken toe or broken thumb?
Oh, sorry, broken thumb. It's a broken thumb. Terry, have you ever heard Claude's nickname Broken Thumb?
No, I haven't.
Oh, yeah.
It's a visual. It's a visual joke.
I was able to do one of those things.
Now, Terry, you haven't always just been a referee.
No.
You've actually put the skates on once or twice and actually played a few games. Now, I couldn't find a lot of stuff on what you used to do, right? You don't have a lot on available. But anyway, this is one. But it's actually keen to understand what.
Is that one or is that Terry?
No.
Is this what?
So there's
Who have we got there?
Who we got there? Let's just start. Hang on, Terry, before you go, because Dave's on the line and we like to give Dave a bit of shit. There's Dave again down the bottom.
I know. Dave called us.
Going on?
First time. No, long time listener, first time caller. But what a second. Who have we got on?
As long as it wasn't windy.
Hey, I think I know. I think I know all of these people.
Ears, you know.
I think I know all of these guys. All right, let's start. Let's start there from yourself, Terry.
Yes.
Come on, you better name your teammates.
You remember everyone?
You better remember your teammates, Terry.
Oh, the old.
Terry's like,
and
he's like, breaking up, guys.
One on the far right, I know who that is. Me.
Yes.
Is that
Dick?
Is that Matthew Timms?
That's Matty Timms.
Yeah, and in front of Matty Timms.
I think he's still playing at Stafford, Matty.
Yeah.
Is he?
Yeah, I think so.
Saw him last time, yeah. And in front of Matty Timms.
Dave?
Yeah, Dave Corliss,
Yeah.
Next to Matty Timms.
Roger.
That's Roger.
Yeah, Roger Chubby Chavez.
Yeah.
That's another nickname. Chubby.
Chubby Chavez. Where do we get Chubby Chavez from?
No, Chubby. Anyway, continue.
I don't know.
We're going to get Carlos to tell us that story.
Yeah, who's in front of Chubby of Roger? That's
the
goalkeeper. Yeah.
No idea.
Yeah, sorry, I can't make the face either.
You're such a team player, Terry. You're such a mate. You're just like.
I know.
Hey, I just got to concentrate on me, right?
Then what about the one next
Roger?
to Roger? Yeah. I don't know, man.
Look at Terry's face. He's like.
And then next to Roger, is that
that was 95. So what's that? That's 26 years ago. I have trouble remembering what I did last week.
Who's in front of the tall guy there? I don't know who that tall guy is either.
Don't know who the tall guy is.
Wingnut was a nickname of mine back in the day. That's right, Davo. Actually, Dave probably can tell us who are these people.
I know, Dave. Tell us who's on this photo. But what a second.
Roger?
No, we don't. But what a second. Who's the coach? At least you got to know who the coach is, Terrence. Come on, mate. I know who that is. We called him out on the previous show. I'm going to give you a hint. Could have been Peter.
Yeah.
Peter.
Where's my collar? I don't have a collar on today.
Sure you do.
No, I don't have a collar. Sure
you do.
Sure I don't. Does that ring a bell, Terry?
Huh?
Was you there, Terry? Was you there?
Mate,
we used to smoke
Terry,
back in the
I'm just
day.
going to tell. No, wait a second, Terry. I'm just going to tell you something. If you didn't get much floor time during that tournament, you know why?
Oh no, was it
because you probably weren't there.
Hey,
you weren't present.
I was captain in the last game, so
All
I must have done something right.
That's Peter Collishaw, the coach, and in front of Peter,
Sean Tuckett.
Scene. Yes.
Scene Tuckett's got a bit of spreading going on, but we don't need to focus on that.
He looks like he's done his.
I don't know who the one behind him is.
He's got the old skater plates on though with the big toe stops.
Yeah.
I used to love those boots. Those blue boots from Skater. I used to love them.
Yeah.
And then you've got behind scene.
I don't know. I don't know.
Terry's just lost for words.
I've got no idea.
Dave, you're going to have to help him out. Sean Roberts, that's it. Sean Roberts. Yes.
So which one's Sean Roberts? The one next to Chubby?
Behind scene. No, behind scene.
Oh, okay. What about the other two?
Dave, who was beside Sean? The two tall guys there.
The one that's about 3 meters tall.
2 Peter. That was 2 meter Peter. Come
on, Dave.
One time listener
first. I know we don't know the goalkeepers either.
No. Because this is the thing.
Jamie Osland, goalkeeper.
Oh, Jamie Olsen, of course. I recognise the smile. Of course.
All right.
Dave calls question mark.
Come on, Dave.
Dave, jeez.
No wonder you were on the bench as well.
But what team was this, Terry?
That's an Australian team, is it?
Australian junior team.
Where was it?
Springers.
Right, okay. What year did you say?
95.
95 or something.
95.
Wow. Was that like an Australations or something?
Yeah, with New Zealand.
Yeah. 94, Dave Collins.
Was it 94?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was 95.
Dave.
Listen, Terry, don't take this the wrong way, but we're probably going to back Dave on this one.
I'm going to say 95. You can say whatever you want.
You couldn't even pick yourself out there, Terry.
I know, you didn't even identify yourself.
Am I there?
Was she there?
Oh, God.
Was she there? Yeah, good, man. Good photo. It's like that's.
I know.
Good fun.
And I'll say there's very limited that we actually have. So
I'm glad you didn't pull out any of the artistic photos.
No, I didn't find any of those. Good. But that's when you come back on the next show. We'll get you back. Don't you worry, and I'll have those dug out, and we'll talk about those.
Hey, Dave Collins is backing out. Dave Collins is backing out.
I know where your father worked and your parents.
Your sources aren't very good.
It's my way.
I have my way. I'm being gentle, Terry, this time around. It's only a matter of time. Oh, God. All right, mate. We're going to let you go. Thanks, buddy. Really appreciate it. We've taken a heap of your time. It's already 8:30.
I know.
And, mate, we really hope that you're able to achieve in 2022 that you haven't been able to do the last couple of years. Everyone's excited that you're leading the charge there, and we really look forward to, just getting stuff happening again, like you said, and just reigniting. Yeah,
well, look, there's some really good people out there that I work with, and dedicated and passionate about the sport. So there's no doubt we can get some stuff done.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, keep it going, Evelyn.
Well, hopefully we'll see you in a couple of weeks, mate. I think in Victoria we're going to get some skates back on and have a few random
beers. A few beers.
Yeah. And just a bit of a hit anyway. So we'll probably cross paths in the next couple of weeks, buddy.
Hope so.
All right, Terry, we're going to drop you off now, mate. Thanks, buddy. Seriously, thank you. And keep it up, Terry.
All right.
See you soon.
Now, Terry, do you want to Uber home or do you want the jet? Do you want to get back in the jet? What do you drink, buddy? What do you drink? We'll put you up the front of the bus.
I don't drink. You know that.
Come on, just put him in the back there. Put him next to
bullshit artists. Yeah.
Thanks, Terry.
Right, we're going to chuck him out of the jet now.
What did you say?
He's not coming back on the show.
Non-drinker. Shh. All right, man, we're back. It wasn't that far.
It wasn't that far. It's just up the road. It's just up the road. That sort of that jet gets from our place, from the studio,
to the green room.
Place, like that.
In the green room, yeah.
In the green room, yeah. That's good, mate.
So,
good.
That's good. We've had Terry. We've had Daniel.
Passionate. Like he wants to make change. He wants to get in. He wants to do stuff. Which is great.
Yeah. Yes.
And he's got good people around him too. He's got good people. Sandy, Lynette, Evelyn. Others. There's just they're there to support, and he very much acknowledges that I can't do everything, but I'll do what I can with everyone that's willing to help as well.
It's all about contribution. We've always said
exactly right.
We've always said it's all about contribution. So what's next? Let's not forget about the competition. Hey, but actually, I wanted to sort of touch. Do you remember a story? Because we're talking about stories, so that competition is about stories, funny stories. But I remember being somewhere and short sheeting someone's bed. Yeah, I remember being somewhere. Actually, wait a second. Nah, I can't tell that story. I'll continue with the one that I was going with. Because remember Sergio Silva, the Portuguese hockey player? Remember how I got him down from his room to the lobby?
So that's so Sergio Silva was a professional roller hockey player from Portugal. That's right. Yeah.
Good friend of ours. Good friend of the show. He watches.
Good friend of the show. Actually, he coaches in Italy. He coaches in Italy for Lonic.
He is, yeah.
Like that. Yeah.
And I called up. Yeah. Well, I called his room. I personally called his room, and I told him that there was a phone call for him to come down to the lobby. Yeah. And next minute, the Australian team. I was there. You were there. I think Les was there. This was in Japan.
Yeah, Japan.
And we hear this ping, like the ping. The door opens and he just comes out. And obviously, the language barrier.
Did you call his room directly? It was you, wasn't it? Like, Mr. Silva,
yes.
Mr. Silva, can you please come down to the lobby?
Yeah, you have phone call. Yeah, remember you have phone call.
So you called his room directly.
Yes, I did call his room directly from the lobby. So then he came down to the lobby to the main desk, and the language barrier was like,
it was hard,
a massive barrier. So it was just so funny there watching him trying to tell them that he's got a phone call, and they're giving him the phone. Like I said, you want to make a phone call? You want to make a phone? No, where's my phone call? Where's my phone call? And there's the phone and all that. And then remember, we were just like laughing, and he's just there frustrated. And then at like the day later or whatever at the party, like at the after party or something, I went up to him, remember, with you, and I said to him, "Hey, Mr. Silva, you have phone call in lobby," and his eyes just lit up like it was you. Remember? Oh
God,
that was funny.
Yeah,
prankster, you are, Steve. Talking about prankster.
That was the World Roller Games. That was the top 6 teams of the world played in the World Roller Games. It was like an Olympics with only the top 6 teams. Yeah. Australia got invited because Spain dropped out the last minute. Yeah. Renee was part of the global executive, and they go, "Can Australia turn up in 2 weeks?" I remember Chris Shah calling me and goes, "Mate, can you come to Japan in 2 weeks?" I'm like, "Okay." Yeah. And I probably go, "It depends. Claude, you coming?" Actually,
was you there?
This is a photo.
Yes, that's right. Against Portugal.
That's a photo of us
and that's
against
in
Portugal.
And if you watch our reel, for all those people that watch the show all the time, that photo is there. And the goalkeeper for Australia in that game there is
Alex
Brockens. Brockens. Yeah.
Yeah, Brockens. And that's the photo after that game.
That's correct. And I think my next it's like dropping everything.
It's a good frame, this.
It's a good frame. You got it upside
Was
down.
you there?
I was there. Was you there? And look, we got the dynamic duo over there.
There's
You're next to Ton Evs. You're next to Ton Evs. Yeah. Where am I? That's Les. Am I there? Yeah, I'm there next to Pedro Alves.
Yeah. And Pedro Alves gave me a stick that competition.
Pedro Alves, and the other one next to me was Paulo Almeida.
Yeah, that was like the best team Portugal's ever had. That was the dream team.
I know. And I mean, that was actually a good tournament, and it was a bit of a highlight for the both of us.
What was the score? It was. That was the score. 26-2.
No. But wait a second. Don't go to the 26-2. The game starts on that game there against Portugal, playing like Australia playing against Portugal. I mean, we knew it was going to be a tough game, but we had Portugal 1-1.
We had 1-1. We had them on
5 minutes. 5 minutes into the game, we were 1-1 with Portugal. Take that. Then they scored another 26 games.
They had to call a timeout.
No, they did.
Settle down.
Yeah.
I think they then put on their second and third player, and then things took off.
But we did. I mean,
so you scored the first
goal. So it was 1-1.
The last goal.
Yeah.
I remember that.
The second goal, and you probably scored. I scored like the second goal of the game, And you probably scored about the 28th goal of the game.
I think the 27th. Yeah, the last goal. They let me have it, maybe.
That was good. It was good. That was good. That was a good tournament. But the other thing was to remember going back to short sheeting of the beds. Yeah. Remember we went nuts, or you went nuts with these little and one of the other little pranks that you used to do, it wasn't me, that you used to do, would go nuts with little lollies. I remember those little lolly wrappers that were real fragile, and you touch them and they'll go yeah. We put it.
You used to do it. You're a terrorist, man. You're a terrorist.
We put them on the pillow, but I said to you, man, I thought I was just so clever, because people, you do that and you crack the shit or whatever, but I actually put all those little wrappers on one side of the pillow. So when you put your head on it, you hear this and they go, all these French words came at me, and they spun their pillow around and they put their head down. But little did they know that I did both sides.
You were very well. You thought everything out. You're so proud of yourself.
Oh, it was just so funny. I just remember laughing.
Oh,
but
God.
There were the nights that you would put yourself to sleep laughing. Yeah.
Nothing's changed though, man. No matter where we go, we still do the same crap.
I know.
Anyway, mate.
So the competition. Tell us about that competition.
So, actually, I've had a few entries in.
Yeah, plenty of stories out there. Plenty of stories. If you know of one, you got a funny story.
Yeah.
We're giving away. The show's giving away thanks to Rob Vasey. I'm mentioning the sponsor. Thanks to Rob Vasey.
Keep talking. I'm going to bring up the.
Thanks to Rob Vasey, we are giving away a hockey stick, and courtesy of Rob Vasey, he's going to hand deliver it to your house. No, that's not going to be part of it, but it's going to be delivered to your house. Delivery either in Australia or New Zealand. Submit your funny story. There's plenty out there. You can't copy any of mine.
Yeah. This is it.
And this is it. That is it.
Win the stick. There's lots of sticks to give away. No, is that the only one stick to give away?
There's only one stick.
But it's the beginning of a good thing, right? Lots of good stories. I've actually got a few that's already come in. So it can be a whatever. But you got to get them in, right? And then we want to continue these conversations going. So it's good.
Yeah.
So, good on you, Rob. Thanks for that, buddy. And we want to hear from some of the guys. We've actually got a few stories from New Zealand that have come in.
Yeah.
Good.
Yes.
And we want to get to, like I said, we're going to get Robin in a couple of weeks. Want to hear from a few other people as well. So, mate, I think that's about it, dude. I think that's the agenda for tonight. We've gone through what we wanted to go through. What's happening between now and we've got the Melbourne Cup this week.
Yeah.
Any tips?
Don't bet.
Yeah, no, I'm not a real follower. They actually say the Melbourne Cup is the hardest horse race to bet on in the world because it's a Group 1, so a lot of great horses. It's really hard. But
if there's a tip, man, I've always been a bit of a fan. Not that I win. I've always been a fan of a trifecta and box it.
I don't bet. But actually, when I do bet, I go big. I'm going to bet like a trifecta, like a 3 thing.
Yeah. Pick any 3 horses, box them so they come in any way.
Is that how it works?
Don't say is that how it works, man. I know that you're in the fact with the newspaper outside of the TOB. Let me in. But no, yeah. How many horses are there?
Hey, you know how we spoke about nicknames before? One's come through called Beetlejuice. Do you know who Beetlejuice is?
Beetle or Boodle?
No, Beetlejuice.
Oh, Beetlejuice. No. Who's that?
How's Terry talking about Morty Alley gave him the nickname Toenail?
I wonder why. He didn't know, did he?
We'll have to ask Cookie. Big Cookie on.
Cookie. Nah, it wouldn't have been Cookie. Who would have been? Yeah, probably Cookie.
Who back in those days? Who used to hand out nicknames? Marco, Schnork. Schnork, there you go. There's another nickname. Schnork.
Yeah. And you know, one of the funniest things that Schnork did once we went to a trip and he went to the tip. Yeah. And he
during the trip.
No. Before he left, he went to the tip, right? And he found these glasses, right? And he had these like popped eyes, but they were on springs. They were on springs and they used to pop out. Oh, mate, it's so funny. Anyway, you have to be there, I suppose.
Okay. Yeah, you had to be there. What about Lecter?
Hannibal
Lecter. Who was that?
Oh, that's Cookie.
That's Cookie. Yeah.
Hannibal Lecter.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Did Renee ever have a nickname?
At one stage they called him Reg, because Reg was the coach from that show for Slapshot. Was it Slapshot? That movie, the ice hockey movie?
What about Reggie?
Reggie who?
Reggie.
I know, but his name was Reg. His name was Reg Day, so they used to call him Reggie. Reg Day, the goalkeeper.
Reg. Yeah, that rings a bell a little bit.
They used to call him Reg because I think they used to say, the guys at Morty's used to say Reg was the guy. Reg was the what do you call it? Reg is the coach.
Yeah.
Reg is the coach.
Yeah,
something
right.
like that.
Right.
A line like that.
Oh, Rab's got one. Brew. Yeah, that's Brew. That's Al. Good
Brew.
Al. Good mate Al Andrew. And
Rabbit, we don't like to upset Brew.
don't
He
upset
gets
Brew.
upset, eh? He doesn't want to get upset. He'll get mad, eh? He gets mad.
He gets real mad. But
Mate, let's call it a night.
yeah, right.
Let's call it a night.
Yeah,
Thanks
I've got
everyone
work
for
tomorrow,
watching.
but I've actually got a week off, so I'm just hanging out doing stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, all right, mate. Good to see you, bud. Thanks, guys.
Likewise.
Thanks,
See you
thanks,
guys.
Joanne O'Reilly. So Joanne is on for Craig Burgess. So Craig does not have the ability to log on himself. So Craig, come on, man. Get in with the program. Get some technology happening, dude. Stop pumping weights.
You want to be on the show like everybody else? Get with
Plug
it.
in, man, to the Matrix. Take the blue pill, buddy. Take the blue pill.
All right, mate.
Actually, Craig would be great to have on there. Bite me. Craig's got some funny stories too. He's got some funny stories. He's got some funny ones. There was actually one with him and Cos. And they were at Springers and they're playing in the same team together. It was after the game. I've only heard half of it, but it's funny. And to say Cos was on the wrong end of the story. But anyway, we can leave that to Craig to tell that story. Craig.
If he gets himself a phone.
If he gets himself a phone. You know, Craig also spent a bit of time in Madrid with Charlie, Keith Rinke and stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's an experience, man. That's stuff we want to hear about. There's so many untold stories out there.
I know.
So many.
I know.
And we want to expose those because it actually is quite inspiring for a bunch of other people.
I know. Like I said to you last time, that was everyone that played hockey in Australia or started playing hockey in Australia wanted to go and play overseas.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was one of the goals. Ticket on your bucket list, you know.
Well, let's touch on this for a second, all right? Let's keep talking about this because this is important. This is really, really important. You and I grew up with an aspiration to go overseas and play hockey.
Yes.
And we wanted to see good players. We wanted to compete against good players. We were in the grandstand, and we had to pay every year about $5,000 to go somewhere, more or less. Let's call it $3,000, $4,000, whatever it was. But we spent a lot of time, right, and a lot of money doing that. So
talking about going into the national team, yeah?
Yeah, national team. Or
we
went to Portugal and stuff like that. You and I went over there for a while. So then when we got involved in the sport more from an admin and a club point of view, we wanted to bring players to Europe, from Europe and South America, whatever it is, to Australia and showcase that talent here, right? So that you got an opportunity to play them and actually see a different level and get that new generation coming through going, I don't need to go to Europe to see what it's like. I can actually just come to this competition and see what it's like.
Exactly,
you know?
exactly. And that was one of the, it was no secret. There was no secret. There was no inventing the wheel or anything like that. It was just something that we wanted to do, always go overseas. But then we thought, not everybody can go overseas.
Yeah.
Bring overseas over here. And, we didn't invent the thing. And we just
Want to do
just a bit of resources and stuff like that, people studying, and surely there's got to be people that play hockey that study, and surely the people that play hockey study university and come to Australia, surely they might want to play, and guess what? Just kicked over. Kicked over.
Yeah, kicked over. Yeah. A lot of people, yeah. So, okay. Sorry, Craig, you were in the same team, Steve. I just don't recall that, buddy. Not sure about that. Don't let the truth get in the way of a good story. Anyway, righto, mate. All right, we're done.
All right.
So next week, actually,
did you freeze? Oh, I was going to say, did you just freeze there?
No.
Did you fall asleep?
Next week, we might be dialing.
Did you have a nap? Did you just have a nap?
No. Next week, we may actually have someone in from the other side of the world. Familiar face, friend of the show, friend of the country, but he's living on the other side of the world.
Next week, maybe.
Was it next week?
Wasn't it today?
It may not be. Actually, I'm not sure.
Wasn't it today?
I know.
Wasn't it today? No.
For anyone who cares, we try to make this as structured as possible. We try.
Yeah.
But it doesn't always go that way. Hey, last question. Was hockey ever an Olympic demonstration sport?
1992 in Barcelona, Spain.
Was you there?
Yes, I was there. Was you there? You were there.
Actually, yes.
I saw you there.
Yeah, I was there, man. I was there. I was in the
And
grandstand.
we've been a lot of places together, yeah? We've roomed probably
There's only
more
one
than...
continent. There's probably only one continent we haven't roomed in. It's Africa.
Because you haven't been to Africa.
But we've been to the Congo.
Oh, yeah, the Congo. Remember the Congo?
The Congo in China.
Oh, yes, we've been to the Congo. We've been to the Congo.
We've been to the Congo.
Forgot about the Congo.
We haven't been to Africa, but we've been to the
Congo.
Congo.
Into the Congo.
That Congo that was out of control.
I know. And then the funny thing about it was that next minute we're sort of there.
It was a bar or a club in China.
And then next minute we look around and we see the Argies there. Yeah, I was going to start naming names. But it's not names. Remember, you had to like get into a punch on if you wanted to go and give you a ticket to buy a drink. Remember, almost not that I passed out, but like you know how I got a really sensitive stomach. Remember the Congo's toilets. Remember the toilets in the Congo. The toilets in the Congo, man. Oh my god.
Oh my god. That was rough. That was rough. That place.
The Congo. Yeah.
Actually, got to get Magoo on to talk about the Congo.
Yes.
Magoo had a good night at the Congo. But anyway.
He did. Magoo, that's another nickname, Magoo.
That's another nickname.
No one knows Magoo. We know
Pink
Magoo.
Panther.
All right, mate. Let's
try to go, we've been way too long on this, talking too much crap. I don't know how to turn this stuff off anymore. All right. So thanks, guys, for joining in. Lots of chatter there.
Remember the competition. Stay tuned. Keep an eye on the actual roller hockey. The roller hockey Australia Facebook page
next week. Sometime. Don't know what it's going to be. We're back training on Wednesday. Morty's, I think, on Monday. So Victoria's busy next week, which is great.
Busy.
Next Saturday, we'll catch up. Sunday, I'm not sure.
Next Thursday, Friday, Saturday. One of those days.
Yeah. Cool.
All righty.
All right, mate.
Have a good night.
Easy,
See ya. Thanks for watching.
Scratcher.
Later.